First story. The Land of Forgotten Dreams. It was a typical night, just like any other in the small town of Ashenwood. The stars twinkled in the crisp night sky, the air smelled of dewy grass, and the occasional nocturnal animal rustled in the dark. Little did anyone know that something far more wondrous was happening beneath their feet. Deep inside the earth, something stirred. It was a place of forgotten dreams, a land of slumber where worlds collided and secrets were revealed. It was the lifeblood of hope and possibility, a place that existed beyond the limitations of our minds. In this magical realm lived a woman. Every night she would slip beneath the surface into the land of forgotten dreams and allow her mind to wander. In its depths, she explored the wonders of possibility and marveled at the complexities of infinite potential. Her days were filled with joyous revelations and nights alive with promise. But then one fateful night, something happened. The woman stumbled upon a secret that threatened to tear her beloved dreamland apart. Somehow it was connected to both the town of Ashenwood and the woman's own past. With the help of some newfound friends, she set out on an epic mission to uncover what had been hidden away for generations, and ultimately save the land of forgotten dreams. This is the story of the brave woman who fought to keep the land of forgotten dreams alive, while learning more about herself than she ever imagined possible. Next story. The Starry Night. It was a starry night, the kind that made you want to stay up all night just to gaze at its beauty. Little did James and Lella know that this was no ordinary night. They had been married now for nearly a decade, and yet it felt like only yesterday when they had first met in the university cafeteria. Now here they were, enjoying the night together and feeling more alive than ever before. As they lay on the grass, they gazed at the constellations, trying to make out the shapes in the stars above. Suddenly, something strange happened. As they looked up, the stars began to move and swirl around them. Before they could react, a voice spoke from within the stars. "Welcome, James and Lella," it said. "We have been watching your lives with much interest, and now we offer you a chance to become part of our world." The couple were dumbfounded. What did this mean? Were they being given a chance to explore a new realm of existence? Would their lives be changed forever? With trembling hands, they took each other's hand and bid farewell to Earth as the starry night sky opened up into an unknown expanse of the universe. They flew through galaxies and worlds that no human had ever seen before, all while learning about this strange new universe and the creatures that inhabit it. After weeks of journeying through space, they finally arrived at their destination, a majestic planet composed of crystalline structures that glittered in the light of the Milky Way. This was their home now, and they were ready to explore it. From then on, James and Lela spent their days exploring their new world and learning about its mysteries. Every night they would go outside to watch the stars twinkle and whisper secrets to one another. They soon realized that this place brought them closer together than they ever had been before. This was their destiny, and this was where they belonged. Next story. What lies beyond the dreamscape? John had always been a deep sleeper. When he went to bed each night, he would drift off into a wonderful dreamscape full of vibrant colors, strange creatures, and limitless possibilities. But one night, something was different. As John drifted off to sleep, instead of entering his usual dreamscape, he found himself standing before a mysterious door. Unfamiliar feelings filled him as he reached out and opened it. Suddenly, a force seemed to take hold of him as he stepped through. John found himself in a place unlike anything he had ever seen before, a sprawling landscape of twinkling stars, luminous galaxies, and pulsating matter. Everywhere he looked, there were new discoveries to be made. He was mesmerized. But just as he began to explore this fantastic place, John felt a sudden tugging sensation on his arm. Startled, he turned around to find an old man with flowing white hair smiling at him. The man introduced himself as a guardian of this realm and explained that John had been chosen to become one of its keepers. The old man then asked if John was ready to accept the challenge. Without hesitation, John eagerly nodded. And with that, the old man smiled and waved his hand, whisking away all of John's doubts and fears. From that moment on, John devoted himself to protecting this realm from all harm. Every night, he would venture out into the boundless void, guided by the same mysterious force that had brought him here in the first place. John had finally discovered what lies beyond the dreamscape, a world of wonder and mystery that could only be found in the depths of the universe. Next story. The Dreamer's Journey. Once upon a time, there was a dreamer who longed to escape their mundane life and explore the vastness of the world. Every night, they watched with envy as the seagulls flew off towards distant shores and endless possibilities. So one day, the dreamer decided to follow them. They gathered up what little they had and set off on the journey of a lifetime. As they traveled, they discovered that each destination offered something new and wondrous, beautiful landscapes, exotic cultures, and thrilling adventures. Everywhere they looked, there were people living lives full of passion and excitement, seemingly without any fear or hesitation. Enchanted by all that they saw, the dreamer vowed to live life to its fullest. But eventually the sun started to set and the dreamer knew it was time to go. They boarded the ship back home, filled with a newfound sense of purpose and courage. Now, whenever those same seagulls soared overhead, the dreamer could look up and remember their amazing journey, knowing that true adventure begins within. Next story. A dream come true. Once upon a time, there was an ordinary couple living in an ordinary town. Every day they would go about their lives in the same way, getting up in the morning and heading off to their mundane jobs, before returning home in the evening to cook dinner and watch TV. But deep down, they both wished for something more. One night, the couple decided to do something different. Instead of watching TV, they decided to lay out a blanket in the garden under the stars and gaze up into the heavens in wonder. As it turned out, that one special night changed everything for them. For as soon as they looked up, they were filled with a feeling that had been missing from their lives: hope. The next day, the couple began planning their escape. They saved up all the money they could and sold most of their possessions until finally, one day, they had enough money to buy a small boat and sail away. As they sailed out of the harbor into the unknown, they held tightly to one another with a sense of excitement and anticipation. After days of sailing and nights of stargazing, the couple arrived at a remote island in the middle of the ocean. There, standing before them was something they never thought they'd find, a mysterious castle filled with wondrous creatures and magical objects, where even wildest dreams could become reality. And for the couple, this dream was just beginning. From that day onwards, every moment of their lives was filled with adventure and joy. Together, they explored the depths of the castle and uncovered its many mysteries, each one bringing them closer together than ever before. As the years went by, the couple continued to explore and discover the wonders of their new home, living happily ever after beneath the enchanted sky full of twinkling stars. Next story. A Tale of Two Cities. Once upon a time, there were two neighboring cities nestled along the same bucolic river valley. The people of both cities shared a common ancestry, spoke the same language, and throughout their history had remained close allies. But in spite of this closeness, a fierce rivalry had recently developed between the two cities. The forces of good and evil clashed on many occasions as each tried to outwit the other in pursuit of their greater ambitions. But for all their competition, there was one thing that neither side could deny: neither city could function without the other. So even as tensions rose and plots were hatched in the shadows, life in the two cities continued on. One day, a mysterious traveler arrived in one of the cities, and with him he brought an ancient scroll. He told the townspeople that whoever unraveled the mysteries contained within the scroll would gain untold power over their rivals on the other side of the river. This news made everyone eager to unlock its secrets, and so the hunt began. Many days passed before someone finally discovered the answer hidden within the scroll's cryptic words. What they learned was as shocking as it was exciting. The two cities were actually two halves of a single whole. One separated long ago due to unknown forces, the two cities were now reunited by the power of this ancient knowledge. Joyous celebrations ensued as a new era of peace and prosperity enveloped both cities. And from that day forward, no matter which side of the river you lived on, everyone who resided there knew themselves to be part of one great land. Next story. A Midnight Dance of Stars. The night sky was alive with stars, an undulating blanket of glittering points that stretched for as far as the eye could see. For a long time she had gazed up at them in wonder, her eyes tracing intricate patterns in their twinkling dance. She felt so tiny and insignificant beneath their brilliant gaze, and yet they seemed to be inviting her to join their never-ending waltz. Switching off her bedroom light, she stepped out onto her balcony and breathed the still night air. She closed her eyes and opened her arms wide, letting the stars call to her. As if on cue, the silver crescent moon shimmered brighter, lending its mysterious music to the already enchanting tune of the stars. The woman began to move to the rhythm of the celestial orchestra, gracefully swaying and swirling in a mesmerizing display of beauty. Her spunky figure floated through the air, captivating all who watched. Even the stars themselves seemed captivated by her presence. Every part of her body moved in perfect harmony, like each limb was being played by its own heavenly musician. She continued to spin and leap around the open sky, until finally coming to a rest in the middle of the balcony. Closing her eyes once more, she released a soft sigh of contentment and let the stars embrace her from all directions. In this moment, she was one with the heavens, a part of something much bigger than herself. Opening her eyes, she caught one last glimpse of the stars before stepping back inside her bedroom. As she lay down in bed, she remembered the profound sense of peace she felt while dancing beneath the stars. And though morning had begun to break through the horizon, she knew the serene beauty of the night would remain with her always. Next story. The Moon Prince. The King of Twilight lived alone in his castle. All he ever had were the stars and the moon, his only source of solace and companionship in his lonely kingdom. But one day, a mysterious spacecraft appeared in the night sky, shooting across the constellations like a firework. The king saw it as a sign from the heavens and launched his own vessel, hoping to catch up with the mysterious visitor and finally have someone to share his life with. After days of searching, the king finally caught up with the other ship and was amazed to find that its pilot was none other than a prince from another planet. They quickly became friends, talking late into the night about their many adventures. Soon enough, the two ships returned to the king's castle, where the prince stayed for days on end. But soon it was time for the prince to return to his own kingdom. With heavy hearts, they said their goodbyes and watched as the prince's ship sailed away. However, each night when the stars came out, the prince would come back, visiting the king and reminding him that even if they were worlds apart, he would always be connected to the king through the stars. So, with the stars in their eyes, they bid each other farewell, until one day their kingdoms are joined together under a night sky of twinkling stars. Next story. The Mysterious Riddle of the Pyramids. Once upon a time, in a far-off land, there existed an ancient kingdom ruled by wise pharaohs who brought prosperity and abundance to their people. But not all was well within the kingdom, as the pharaohs had left behind a mysterious riddle that no one could solve. It was said that the only way to unlock the secret of the pyramids was for someone to answer the riddle that resided within them. For years, adventurers from across the realm sought to uncover the mystery of the pyramids, but none were able to do so. Until one day, when a young adventurer named Alex arrived on the scene. With his sharp wit and determination, he set out to unravel the riddle of the pyramids once and for all. He faced many obstacles along the way, from deep caverns and cursed tombs to magical creatures and powerful forces. But eventually, he managed to solve the riddle and discovered a secret chamber hidden beneath the pyramids that held incredible treasures. With his newfound wealth, Alex used it to help those in need and restore peace and prosperity to the kingdom. From that day forward, the pyramids held a special meaning for everyone in the kingdom. They were a symbol of hope, courage, and resilience. Next story. All that glitters is not gold. Once upon a time there lived a wanderer who had never felt quite like she belonged. She moved frequently and never stayed in any one place for too long, always searching for something, though she did not know what. One summer day, she stumbled upon a hidden clearing deep in the woods, surrounded by trees and blanketed in thick fog. As the wanderer stepped onto the grass, a voice called out from somewhere beyond her vision. "I have been waiting for you," said the voice. "Come closer so that I can show you something special." The wanderer took a few steps into the clearing and, as she did so, began to notice tiny sparkles of light surrounding her. She peered closer and saw that the sparkles were actually stars. Everywhere she looked was an expanse of night sky, filled with stars of all shapes and sizes. The voice continued, "These stars are yours, and you can reach out and take whichever ones you want." Pick the brightest and most beautiful and they will be yours forever." The wanderer reached out hesitantly, unsure if this was all just a dream. But sure enough, she was able to pluck stars right out of the sky until her hands were filled with shining points of light. The next morning, when the wanderer woke up, all the stars had disappeared. Disheartened, she returned to her nomadic lifestyle, unable to find whatever it was she'd been searching for before. Until one day, while passing through a small village, she met someone who noticed the sparkle in her eye and reminded her of what she'd seen in the clearing all those years ago. Reminded her of the beauty in life that often goes unseen. And with that knowledge, the wanderer finally found what she'd been looking for, the recognition that all that glitters is not necessarily gold. And that true beauty sometimes hides in plain sight. Next story. The Big Sleep. On a sleepy evening, John tucked himself into bed and closed his eyes. He was tired from a long day's work, but sleep seemed to elude him. His mind raced as it often did at night, replaying all the events of the day and worrying about the ones coming tomorrow. But soon, his restless thoughts found a tranquil place to rest. He was dreaming that he had been transplanted to a distant corner of the universe, a world filled with stars and gaping black holes. Here he could explore uncharted galaxies and voyage across unknown terrain without fear of ever being found out. It was a place unlike any other. Time didn't move, everything felt like it existed in an alternate reality. For a while, John roamed around and explored the surrounding planets, marveling at their beauty and discovering new sights beyond what he ever imagined was possible. But then one day his path led him back home, to the same bed he had laid in before the dream began. Now wide awake, John opened his eyes and looked up towards the star-filled night sky outside his window. He thought back to all the places he had gone to, the people he had met, and the amazing wonders that he had seen. With a satisfied smile on his face, John finally allowed himself to drift off into a deep and peaceful sleep. Next story. The Mysterious Woods of Hope. Once upon a time, in a faraway realm, lived a girl named Hope. She was a brave and determined young woman who never gave up on achieving her dreams. Hope lived in the mysterious woods, a strange and enchanted forest inhabited by a variety of mythical creatures. Hope loved exploring the woods and discovering its hidden secrets. But one day she stumbled upon an old forgotten path that seemed to beckon her forward. Determined to uncover the mystery, Hope followed the path until she came across a strange stone sculpture surrounded by glowing lights. Upon closer inspection, Hope realized that the sculpture was actually an ancient relic used for summoning magical powers. Fascinated, she carefully touched the relic and was suddenly overcome with a strange sensation. She could feel a powerful energy radiating from the object. She had no idea what it meant, but something inside her told her that she must take the relic with her and use it to uncover its secrets. Using the relic's power, Hope began to unlock the mysteries of the woods. Little by little, she discovered an array of amazing creatures, found powerful artifacts, and even made some new friends along the way. But most importantly, she discovered her true identity. She was not just an ordinary girl. She was a magical being with extraordinary powers. Through her journeys, Hope became braver than ever before and learned to rely on the power within herself. Eventually, she was able to bring peace and light to the mysterious woods, restoring its glory and helping those living there to find hope once more. And so ends our story of Hope, the brave girl from the mysterious woods who found true courage and strength within herself.